Hello. I'm going to sit on this wheel. Okay, I don't know if you can hear me, but this is my pet project. It's another rolling project, rolling restoration. It's a working rolling restoration because it works as well, cutting the grass. So, but I've got a problem with the clutch. So I'm going to do a few videos of me, with the help of friends of course, to split this tractor. That's something I haven't done. I've done it frequently in the past, but not for probably the best part of 25 to 30 years ago when I used to work on medium-sized plant. Okay, so plant hire, sort of tractors and forklifts and things like that, and excavators, JCBs. Okay, so we used to split them in half and change the clutch and put them back in. So I've had a bit of experience. Now then, what I've got to do is unbox the clutch. I bought a brand new clutch. Now then, this is a bit of a weird one for me. I've never done it. It's got a double clutch in it. That means it's got a clutch for the engine and drive, but also it's got a clutch for the PTO. So I need to look at that, and I've been told I probably need to put in engine crank seal in it as well, a new one. They're only sort of like a fibrey thing that you've got to soak in oil, engine oil, for 24 hours before you fit it. So I need to do that as well. So my friends are going to come down in a couple of days time hopefully and give me a hand to split it, but in the meantime I need to take all the covers and everything that I think that's in the way of splitting this thing into two. Okay, so without further ado, let's crack on. Right, just a little run down on what I've been doing. You might have seen earlier, I've been taking all these bits off. I've got the battery tray right off now, and I've just put a spanner on these bolts at the top, ready to take get the engine out, split it apart. I've had to do quite a bit around the fuel pump, taking a pipe off the pump and off the lift pump down there, and obviously I had to take the speedo drive off the back of the fuel pump as well, which is right down in the middle of the frame there. Okay, and I had to take a wire off the oil pressure switch. So around this side, and still got a can up there, easing oil. Obviously earlier on I had to take the starter motor off from down there and take all the wires off the starter motor and the dynamo, and I've got to cut the pipes. I had to take off the pipe that goes into the manifold, obviously this fuel pipe, it gets fuel in for start, easy start fuel from the tank. It just goes in there, and there's a little underneath is the heating element down there that actually heats up and ignites the fuel as it's pumped into it and helps it start. Okay, so hopefully tomorrow I'm going to be splitting it in half. Right down this joint here. I've got to take all the bolts out, obviously. And one more thing to show you is around here. Let's just move this toolbox off the top. I've got all the gasket sets in here, and bearings, plus bearings, and the bearings, and I've got a nice new double clutch for this one, and not cheap, but hopefully it'll do the job. Now I think what's happened is the main clutch thrust friction plate is broken up, and you've got it sort of jammed together, two bits jammed together, and what happens, it's not releasing the clutch. So problem with that, so we're just going to leave that there like that. That's great. Okay, so we've got it split in half. Just going to run through what I've done so far. Now down here I've actually changed the seal on the back of the crank. Oh, that was a nightmare. You have to take this plate off, this bell housing plate, adapter plate, and then get two bolts that go straight through to clamp it together, and then you've got three bolts, top and bottom, and then these top ones, and there's one at the bottom underneath, are absolutely nightmare getting back in, and they just some fibre type ropey fibre stuff that you put into like a big groove, and it sits onto the crank, so it's a bit ancient sort of thing, yeah. So myself. Okay, so I didn't know if I was talking to myself then, because the actual picture on the back of the camera went out then. Okay, so basically that's all. I'm going to give that a good clean out inside there. I'm not sure about that thrust bearer, now it comes apart. Hopefully it's not going to be difficult. Okay, I'm just going to show you my thrust bearing I've got on there. New thrust bearing. It's got a little bit I put a little bit of lubrication on it. I wasn't sure, but I'm going to wipe all that off first before I do anything else. Okay, I've got a rag down here to do that. Hang on, that's the rag. Okay, I'm going to put the pressure plate on just to have a little look, make sure it fits. Well, just got the flywheel on, and I had to clean up this little ring around the outside for the clutch. I've got the new thrust bearing in, and I'm just going to wait for my friends to turn up. He's going to loan the torque wrench. I'm not sure what torque the flywheel bolts are going to be, but we'll find out. I want to look it up. Okay, alright, so I think... Okay, as you see, we've got it back together with my friend Dan and his son Patrick. It was a bit of a struggle, but we managed it. I think it's the fact that it was on uneven ground with a trolley jack. Not that I'm used to doing it this way. I've done it in the past, but normally on flat concrete. Okay, so job's done. I just got to connect the battery up and a few other pieces bits of wiring, and I think we can try and start it. And I have had a little go at the clutch, and it does seem to be working fine. So I've got to do that and find some split pins to put into some of the clevis pins. Okay, so it's a bit chilly out here at the moment, so I'm going to cut this a bit short, but I'll update you again in a minute or two. Okay, right, as you can see, I've got my tractor back together. Bit of a struggle getting the bell housing to the gearbox back in, mainly because we were doing it on soft, well, not muddy, hard muddy ground rather than concrete. Okay, but we managed it, and it's all up and running. I've just got to put the bonnet on now, but I thought I'd just use it for a day or two. At the moment it's hauling wood, so I've got to cut a bit more. So everything seems to be working fine, except I knew that my dynamo's gone, so I need a new dynamo. The dynamo's had it, and I'm pretty sure the voltage rake's gone as well, so I want to remount that somewhere other than inside that box there, and I'm going to be doing a lot of rewiring because all this wire is pretty brittle. So voltage reg is actually bolted inside there, and it's a real nightmare to get out. So anyway, cracking on. So it starts alright. If I just knock him out of gear, that's it. Push the stop in, and let's have a look. I've had it running, so it should start. And turn it on. That's not bad considering the temperature is below freezing here at the moment. It's probably about -2, so I don't think that's too bad for an old 1963 Fordson Dexta. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Right, I'd like to thank everybody that's watched this video. I've got to give you an assurance that this is like a one-off on the tractor. It's just for a bit of fun. So if you watched it, that's all well, great. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. I'm going to be maybe doing another little short video on somebody's car. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But I'm just letting you know I am definitely going to be back on the Cosworth within the next couple of weeks making videos. So I've got some really great ideas for the new year, so stick around and watch out for that. Okay, so that's really good. What else? Well, I just got to finish off by saying thanks everybody for subscribing. Believe it or not, at this precise moment I've got 988 subscribers. That's 12 short of 1,000. Do you know what? I never in my wildest dreams thought I'd ever get anything like that, so that's really brilliant. So I appreciate everybody that's give me the support. So I'm just going to give you a happy new year. It's where I am now, it's actually snowing outside, and I've got some nice hot mulled wine. So happy new year, and all the best. That's not bad. Okay, bye for now.